Greetings. This is L. Bennett Turner Jr., aka Love Linux OS. I'm coming to you with my first video of the new year. So happy New Year's, everyone. Wanted to get this done a lot sooner, but hey, just been doing a lot of things. Had a busy schedule, but no excuse. In making these videos, I know that they was rough and shaky in the beginning, but my whole purpose was to get something to be informative. They're more like informative videos. They're not necessarily tutorials or whatnot, but they're about disseminating information, especially about the open source community and different projects. So I've been on a quest to finding ways to edit these videos and make better videos. And what tool would allow me to do this within the GNU Linux platform. After several trials and errors, I finally found one program that I was happy to feature as the application of the month, and that program is ffDiaporama. We're going to come back to it, but now let's get to and look at the website. Okay, here on ffDiaporama's website, this is the home page. You can get some good information here. And what I like is that right here on the home page, it's got all the logos and signatures of this being free, open source, false software, and what is it licensed up under. It's using GNU, General Public License. GNU meaning GNU, not Unix. So that's wonderful that they're putting it out there and letting you know, hey, this is where we're at, and this is what type of community this is. This is what type of project this is. And you come here and you can look at news about ffDiaporama, what's going on. Go here and get screenshots and see just exactly different sections of the software. We'll just look at the starting out, and I like the fact that right here off the top, you know, it's nice, clean how ffDiaporama does this in each view. It tells you what's the main view, what view are you in right now. You know, in sheet mode, you can change the mode. Instead of having it in the main mode, you can change it up to sheet mode. So you can do all these wonderful things with ffDiaporama. And then you can go, and not going through all the screenshots, you can go and get the download. Like I said, the main platform that I do not see, or the main two, and I'm gonna say is Mac. You know, I don't see anything for Apple or BSD. No, nothing for Unix, but for the most part, Windows is supported. Linux is supported in many of the different distros within Linux. You know, and you know, mainly what those distros are about is about what package management you find to be better. Debian, RPM, Slackware, and I don't know all the different packaging system, but that's the early thing about Linux is how we're going to package all this software. How do we manage this software? You know, in early days it was rough because RPM, Red Hat Package Manager, didn't have it right as far as resolving all your dependencies, and that's what put me on Mandrake back in the day, because Mandrake took and built upon Red Hat Package Manager a little better, and that's what open source was about. And then Debian came along, and then resolving dependencies just became, you know, a non-issue. And then it seems to be that each and every package manager is just about choice now. You know, through the evolution of Linux, things have gotten better. And you will also see the help page. You know, I wrote in my when I first came here to get 1.6, there was a lot of help that just pointed you in the right area. But with the software being so intuitive, you know, it's just like, hey, you're clicking in point for the most part. You can figure out what to do and how to do. And I'm only scratching the surface with this great project, the software that's included with it. I'm doing very, very little professional video editing. But this is the one particular package in software that made what I was trying to do very simple. So you go here, they're coming. This is under restructuring for them to get all the help, the tutorials, the video examples, books, manuals, and everything that's coming from this community. But for right now, you have a form. You can report in 4 different languages: Spanish, Italian, French, and English. So you have 4 different languages that you can go and learn or communicate about what is going on. That's one thing that's great about this community, is how it's supporting a plethora of platform languages. It's a relatively young project, and it's really picking up a good head of steam, and it's really great software. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the software and see about making just something real simple. Okay, so now we're back. Let's go, and first and foremost, what I want to do is go to help, and you can see the license. And that's one thing about open source. You know, if you really want to learn it, you can learn it. The second thing what I wanted to do was just go in here and give everybody, you know, pretty much like they've done, the credits to where everything came from. And Dominique Levray, you're doing an excellent job. Texture Mate, they're getting the credit for that stuff too, where all it is about in open clip. And so that's who everybody, that's just talking about you know, ffDiaporama and giving you where you're at, what version you're using. I'm not going to stay in here too long, because what we do have to do is get something going. So we can click on the buttons. Let's just add a title, and let's just do it quickly. We're going to just add this title, project title, and then you click here. You're like, oh, but we could have went ahead and did the project properties right here on this page, or you can start new and do all this from the beginning as well. I know that in my doctorate program, I was trying to create a audio PowerPoint presentation, and this is what really brought me to ffDiaporama, because I was just having problems in the open source packaging a good presentation package that will play audio. It just was no way. I couldn't find no way of doing it, and I was scratching, pulling hair trying to find that. But here, if I add files, and we go to pictures, and we can add some of everything. So let me tag it with, I guess I use my short Love Linux OS. And then we come here too. You can click on that. You can do a lot with defining how this image is going to be viewed. So I'm going to say full screen size, and that's about it. I'm not going to distort it. I'm going to let it just go from right there for right now. And then we can go. Then the next one, we can come in and say add another file. You don't have to click the button up there. Add file. And we're going to come to, I think, BYOD. And what the main solution for the PowerPoint presentation was, is that you had to export the slides. And once you exported the slides, then basically you could, once you add those slides here, then you could come in here and do the same thing, full screen. And now you can do a lot of other things, full screen. And I'm only gonna add the title page and an overview, and then we're gonna wrap this up real quick, like full screen. Okay, and this is where it gets good, because I can come down here and right click on the slide, and I'm not gonna go into a lot of the transition effects, but I got different transitions already automatically done for me, and I'm gonna just leave those transitions there. But we can edit the music, and we can say start a new playlist, and you come here and you add the music file. And I had each of those recorded using another open source project that will be featured as application of the month, another tool that I was able to use. And there we go. And so it comes in, it tells me that it's 9 seconds is the duration. But let's go and let's come back and right click and edit the slide and make sure we match that duration for, and we can even take it a little longer if we want. We can say, hey, let's just do 10 seconds to make sure our audio plays through to that slide. And you see the gap right there lets you know the audio plays through. So now let's add one last title. So now we're going to add one last title, and we'll come in here and we'll edit this slide. And it's a blank title we add. So now we can add text. So we can simple text, or we can use the clip art block. Let's use the clip art block. And we just want to, you know, my signature is about being positive. And so now, how big do we want that text to be? Highlight. Okay. Okay. And how we're going to do it. Full screen size. Now, there are plenty of more things that I can do. Like if you see up here, I can double click and change the background. Right now I'm gonna leave them at the default color. There's so many different little simple clicks and everything. You can come through and play this and render it out. We're gonna go ahead and go to the rendering, and for the web, and it's set for YouTube. Leave it all. Those were set up there in my settings. When I went to go do the settings, I left it right there. But so, okay, you click OK, and you start the rendering process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video, and then we'll come back and see how it renders out. Once you've rendered a job successfully, it'll come right here and tell you it will render successfully. If you did not render it successfully, or you had errors, it'll come back and tell you right here as well. Okay, so once it's rendered, you can open it up and you can play it. This is a 30-second video, already with the transition and everything. Okay, the overview of this presentation and audio. The introduction to BYOD. We're going to look at the history, the model, and the policy. And just like that, you have an awesome movie, video, production, and with little help. Hey, I just want to say thank you all and be blessed.